energized. So let's get this show on the road. Game 1 Erangel. We have a playing path which is quite to the east, going from north to south. Again, I'm going to do my best to show less of the map and more of the action for you guys, because that was good feedback that I did get given. Will we see any of the teams go for Severny? Stall bar drop would be a good place to go. Godsent did go to Yasnaya yesterday with, I think it was Secret Jin, if I'm not mistaken. Curious to see where Digital Athletics and DRS will drop in these scrims. We do have A1 and we have Execute dropping towards Severny. We do have Secret Jin and, if I'm not mistaken, Godsent dropping towards Yasnaya. Blue Bees are... No, it's actually DRS. Team Secret, DRS, and Godsent in towards Yasnaya. So 3 teams inside that city. I'll have to keep an eye on that. We have Alpha 7 in Rozhok along with Archer. And that's it. DRS and Secret Jin kicking things off. With JT Wake is knocked down, is confirmed by DRS. So the first victim of this scrims has gone over to Secret Jin. Godsent are more on the kind of backline edge of Yasnaya. It seems like they've only... Oh, they've only started as 2 players, which is a bit of a feels bad, man. So they are going to stay relatively safe. Digital Athletics and A1 are fighting... oh my god, trying to keep an eye on where all these fights are going down. Execute. Godsent have taken down another member of Secret Jin. But now Secret Jin are down to just 2 players. They are down to just 2 players. Team Secret and the side of Alpha 7. Dropping in Rozhok. I did miss a couple of kills, I believe, with Digital Athletics. Because I'm not even sure where Digital Athletics dropped, to be perfectly honest. Oh yeah, Digital Athletics dropped in Severny as well. So it's going to be A1, Digital Athletics, and Severny. A1 losing 2 players. Victor goes down from Godsent. I'm trying to kind of keep on one fight at a time, rather than hopping from fight to fight. One missing all the action, although just as I say that, Team Secret and Alpha 7 are fighting up against each other. 2 members of Team Secret have gone down. As I do look to render and load in. Gonna be Mad Toy. Oh, 2 members of Alpha 7 are knocked down. Let's see what's going on. Now Toy Boy along with eye shots. Left low. 1 member of Alpha 7 is looking over towards Eye Boy. Gonna go for the revive onto his teammate, which is pretty good stuff. But will that give Team Secret the time to get their own revive off? The good thing is that Senna is in the backline, although he seems to be looking to cross the road to head onto the right side of Rozhok to join up with his teammates. It'll become a clean 3v3 fight off the back of those 2 revives. Time's ticking down as this fight goes on. iShots is going to be knocked down. Highboy is going to be knocked down along with Rex. Along with Highboy, so it leaves Rex on his own. He's looking to pick off a first aid kit while his teammate does creep his way up the stairs. There is that 3rd player of Alpha 7 coming in. That's going to be Law. I fought the Law, and the Law lost at the hands of Team Secret Rex. Now Senna's on his own. He's the last hope, the last gasp for Alpha 7. Grenade's going to be cooked up. They have an idea where he is, but will that work? Goes into FPP, throws it out there. It's not going to connect. Time's ticking down. The revives trying to be pulled up onto Highboy to keep it up in a 2v1. Another grenade is being cooked up on towards the roof. That will not connect once again. You're wasting time, Senna. Rex is now going for the revive. Pre-fire shots going through. Two teams fighting over Rozhok. The revive has been pulled off. Now Senna is against two players of Team Seeker. Even though they have to go in jumps down. Down they go, and Senna gets taken out, and Alpha 7 are out of here. That was an interesting jump shot play from Team Secret. I didn't think they were going to pull that off, but credit where it's due. It worked out, because I thought it was a bit risky kind of being out in the open, but then again, when you're inside the building, there's, you know, you got less room to maneuver around. But nice play by Team Secret. They win that team fight, and we do lose a team right off the bat. Abrupt Slayers looking towards one of the Archer players. Enzu. Yunsu. He's on his own. He's going to look for those pre-fire shots. Do not connect. Spraying through the window. Now he has been alerted. The rest of his team is further back, so he's pretty much a sitting duck. But don't go in on your own, Abrupt Slayers. Don't go in, Charlie. Don't go in on your own. Okay, be careful. Wait for your teammate. The grenade's being cooked up. Yep, now you can move in. Use that man advantage to your advantage. Now you're going to go in. That's going to be nice by Leon. Absolute stonking stuff from Leon. Really great to see him show up for his side. Now the rest of Archer might be coming in as well, or at least that's one of them. Susung. And then the other two players are in the back line. Nice by Susung with the Mini 14 to get that second knockdown onto Abrupt Slayers. Now, Heaven X has to do something, because he's on the opposite side of the road. He has a sight line angle where he should be able to punish the members of Archer, at least Susung, to say the least. But now in comes Favan and Honin. All the revives being pulled off. It is still 3v3. Heaven X, I feel like you missed your time to move across the road or actually be a bit of an impact in this fight. Luckily, Archer aren't really like super pushing this, so Chari is able to get that first aid off. And Fabian is on the stairs of that building, or near the stairs. Onyx is down by the wall. Playing along these walls is always very, very tricky. Susung is on the stairs by the other building. So if anything, he cancels out Heaven X really well. Fabian's cooking up a grenade, I believe, with Inox. No, not quite. It's just Fabian. And then the three members of Abrupt Slayers are pretty much pinched inside this house. Archer, although they're not going for the fight, they do have them kind of pinched into this building. The thing is, Archer can't exactly go for the engage. Inonx does get Chari. That's going to be a confirmed kill. Nice play by Inonx. Now that could spell the end of Abrupt Slayers. Susung goes for Leon. Picked off one by one as Jokers on the roof. He's in the corner. He's got nowhere to go. Members of Archer inside the building. Susung made his way across. Heaven X, again, not being able to do anything from the other side of the road. They're waiting. And look up. I think they know that Heaven X is up there. Do they know where he is? Do not. Heaven X gonna take down Joker. Sorry, should I say Archer gonna take down Joker? So it's just Heaven X that's left standing. Yes, he did, I believe, grab a knock, but at the end of the day, that's really not going to be much. Phase 1, we barely even talked about it. It's a military island, Phase 1, pretty much. God, didn't even talk about it because we have so much action going on. 4 angry men have put the stops to Power888 to the point where Power888 are down to 2 players. We have Bluebees along with Konina Power both rotating on the eastern side of this bridge with OGR knocked down, followed by Axer. So it's just Gonzo in black and white. They're standing. No, make that black and white. He's the last one on his own. He gets the knock, but he is going to be taken out, as I did render in. And that is going to be the end of Konina Power at the hands of Bluebees. I tell you, Bluebees, they are a team to look out for. When you talk about underdog teams, when you're talking about kind of ones to watch, 110% Blue Bees. 110% Blue Bees. Now shifting on over to the opposite side of the map by the Western Bridge where Loops Esports hold on to that coastal line compound. It's relatively high ground, but if you do look, Zeus have gone onto the bridge. So they do hold that bridge control. Futbolists, who did drop in Nova, as far as I know, have overtook the radio tower, and then Aerowolf Limax, to say their full name, are inside. They're the only team that are really fully encapsulated in the center of the military island. We see Secret Jin with their 2 players left are moving down from the coastline into the military island. DRS, who overall took over Yasnaya from 2 of the Secret Jin players, are now rotating down towards the edge of the north circle. Still on the mainland, along with the 2 players who Godsent, who grabbed the kill along the way. And now the fight between Loops and Zeus is kicking off, my friends. Zeus went for that push down on towards that lighthouse building. And now we see Imax on his own. Idak looking to play around. Now the players of Zeus are pushing in. Federal trying to get first aid. He does get a first aid up. Dadin knocks down Abeli. That's good. That's good. Playing around the lighthouse. Carulio's probably going to be able to do something from that off angle. Kowalski's in the backline. Grenades are going to be flying out. Zeus, they don't have the manpower right now because they do have Ronan in the backline. Zyle goes for the revive. Indak is still inside that building. The rotation coming out from Carulio with the grenade is going to knock down Abeli once again. But Zoel is the one that needs to be knocked down. Dadin does knock down Undak. And that leaves Ronan with pretty much nothing he can do as the smokes are being fired out. Federer's going to come in. The Kowalski grenade is going to come down. And it is going to be 3 kills over to Loops Esports onto the Zeus players. And Ronan is the last chance saloon. And because he's been shooting up towards that lighthouse building, they know exactly where he is and they're going in for the kill. They're going in for the squad fight. It's a double knockdown. But it is going to be Dadin who gets the kill onto the last Zeus player. It was close. It was wild by Loops, but they made it work. Phase 2 shifts over to the northwest. It is still mainly encapsulated on towards the military island, but really, man, that's a tricky circle shift because that's going to put a lot of pressure on the eastern side of this circle. Plus, with the teams who are in the mainland kind of have nowhere to go, what I would recommend is go on to Primorsk, get a boat, and make your way onto the southwestern side of the circle. Yeah, it might take you a bit of time, but in my opinion, because it's only phase 2, you'll be able to make it work. Execute now come in from behind, looking to capture and punish the members of Loops. Fate, Zute stops. He's going to get out. Zute was on fire yesterday from a kill point of view. Really showed his strength as a player, individually and as a leader in yesterday's scrims. Very excited to see Execute playing the PUBG Mobile Global Championship as Fate knocks down Dadin is going to be returned by Dadin with a grenade. Where's Zute? Kill switch. You have to push forward. Smokes are being thrown out. Very interested to see what kind of communication is coming through as a Molotov does burn Zute down to a crisp. Not to a point where he's getting knocked down, but he's very, very low in health, and I feel like the advantage is over onto Loops. Does kill switch look to back out? You do have Fame Boys on that flank side building, but with all the smokes in play, I don't know if Fame Boys can really do anything from that position. Zute disengages away outside the building. Fate is going to be able to pull off. Dadin is knocked down once again. Federal is knocked down by Fame Boys. He may not be able to shoot through the smoke, but he can certainly throw a grenade. Well played, well calculated, and Carulio's on his own. Fate is low in health, and Carulio gets knocked down by kill switch. And that is advantage once again to execute in this fight in Kowalski in a similar fashion as he saw Zeus at the hands of Loops. Krilio is the last player standing for his side. Execute, being aggressive at the right time. Now, Football is currently on a 2-2 split, but Roma's going to get knocked down by Kenzo. By that shack. Where is Lavazan? Lavazan, you have to push in, but you're out in the open, and Django is now going to claim a kill for his troubles. Shots are going to be fired out. So, okay. Now wrapping around that building. It's a 1v1 once again, although just as I say that, we do see Lutz come in from the sideline to claim Secret Jin and take them out of this game. DRS take down Bluebees, I believe, on the Eastern Bridge. We have Archer, we have Digital Athletics, we have Godsent, and we have this side of Team Secret in the mainland coastal line. This is pretty damn insane. I don't really know where to go, what to show. Godsent are going to go down as far as I know. The Digital Athletics Execute are still in the mainland. 4 Angry Men are sitting pretty inside this circle, looking damn good while they're at it. And then Aerowolf? Man, yeah, okay, they're not in the circle, but when you look at how much space they have, once they get past Lufa Bluebees, who is the last player for his side, then they do have a bit of space to move into the circle. However, we've seen Lufa pull off 1v3s, 1v4s in the past, but I think this time he might just look to move away. Execute, in my opinion, oh man, it's so tricky for Execute because you think, hey, they look good. We look good, guys. On the bridge, we got nobody around you, but you're on the bridge. So if you don't move now, you're really going to get caught out. Footballers do get caught out by 4 Angry Men, as far as I know. So Aerowolf might be able to take advantage of that. Let's move it on down. Outside on the eastern edge of this circle. A knockdown player of Futbolists leaves Futbolists exposed, and Aerowolf going to look to take advantage of that. Spreading themselves out. See Spav. Gonna come in. Soka's gonna get knocked down, followed by Lavazin. Good stuff by Aerowolf. Great aggression to gain control on the eastern side. Lutz is now the last player standing for his side, having nowhere really to go. He's just going to go for a push inside the circle, but 4 Angry Men camping the edge, and you have Execute coming in. I feel like Lutz might be the end for him. Talking about the end, Archer lose a player. We have Digital Athletics swimming towards the coastal line. This is pretty damn insane with a number of teams by the edge, and Execute have a 2-2 split. Fate and Killswitch are still in the mainland by the bridge, and then you have 2 members of Execute on the bridge, but Fameboys gets knocked down. Swimming plays from Loops and Digital Athletics to try and stay inside the circle. You also have Godsent, 1 player, Victor. You have Rex of Team Secret, and you have Inonx from Archer. This is pretty insane as the Blue Zone of Phase 4 is closing in. All the while, 4 Angry Men, the Chinese side, gain control of the southwestern side of the circle. And it begs the question, should a team have gone for my call of Phase 2 of going for that boat rotation? Might have worked out in their favor. Reyes finds the last player of Archer. You have Fate down on the beach line. Now looking for Ray Z. Of course, Digital Athletics, formerly known as Klas, qualified from the EMEA League. They're a Turkish side with fantastic talent, and now it's a 1v1. Fate finds Ray Z, and down they go. But it is going to be returned from Silas, who's made his way on towards the bridge line and finds Fate. Holding on to the pillar, he's going to look to move in and take those shots towards Fameboys. The circle does encapsulate right into the direction of 4 Angry Men. And you gotta think, with 7 teams left, they can clearly clean out 6 teams around them. If not, then those other 6 teams are going to take each other out. Make that 6 teams left, because we do lose the last player of Team Secret. Victor is just swimming in the water, trying to hover between the edge of the water line as Execute who bided their time to move in towards the military island, maybe paid the price. Zute, still on the bridge. Fame boys, swimming in the water. Victor, still holding on. You have Lufa from Bluebees. He may not be in a circle, but with 5 kills, they're doing pretty good. Aerowolf, though, Aerowolf could threaten 4 Angry Men's position. They're not right now looking towards 4 Angry Men, but you gotta think there's gonna come a time with it being phase 5 that they're gonna have to look away from the bridge and look towards a compound that 4 Angry Men somewhat hold on to. They have that spread out with 33 Svan. Holding on to one of those off angles. Execute have made their way in with Zute going closer to the edge of the circle. I think that makes him the last player for his side. Yes, it does. And he's looking towards Lufa Bluebees. Lufa takes a little bit of health. He's behind the tree. Zute is going to cook up that grenade. Is that going to take him out? Boom! Kobe from Zute to take out an opponent on the eastern side of him. He can firmly now focus on moving down from the bridge. Smoke's being thrown out. He can use that vehicle as well. The only thing is he going to get punished by the Aerowolf players? Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. And use that little dip on the edge of the circle to his advantage. Silas from Digital Athletics has held on for dear life. But as he goes into the coastline, you got to think either 4 Angry Men or Aerowolf are going to see him in his sights. Phase 5 blue zone pushing in. Phase 6 about to pop up. Where is it going to go? Who's it going to favor? Who has to move? Who doesn't? If it centers up, it will still favor 4 Angry Men because look at the spread they have, right? Look at the spread they have, and just as I say, that actually goes towards the coastal line. It goes towards the coastal line. The water's still in play. What kind of circle is this? And now, Aerowolf, they have to move down the hill. They have to go to the coastline. Do they have the vehicles? That's the thing. I believe they do have a number of vehicles. They have 3 vehicles, but 2 of them are buggies. Buggies do not provide that much protection when it comes to proning behind it, but what it does do is it allows Aerowolf to rotate in multiple vehicles and take advantage should one get swiped out. Zute? He's waiting. Oh, Spelv. Surely you know that Zute is there. Oh, Zute catches out Spelv. You gotta be prepared for that, man. Aerowolf could have handed 4 Angry Men the chicken dinner. Zute is going to face off in the blue zone. He's going to now get inside the US and to go for a bold rotation outside the blue zone. All the while, 4 Angry Men can just sit pretty as Asaki takes down Zute with an M24 shot in the vehicle. Head blown off. I'm sorry, Zute, but you just got rumbled in the jungle. As it's going to be another knockdown onto Super Una. Leaves the side of Aerowolf with 2 players. The good thing is at least they are inside the circle and they do have a bit of solid protection down on that coastline. The Erangel 2.0 proving to give a bit more space on the coastlines of these open terrains. 4 Angry Men are still a full squad. It's a 4v2. You have 33 Span in the back line. Hisaki is also in the back line. Well, you gotta see the other 2 players come down. That's gonna be a double Kobe. And that is going to see 4 Angry Men take game 1 of these PUBG Mobile Global Championship scrims. They didn't need to do that much. They played towards the circles. They moved in to the military island quickly. And they did what they had to do. So many teams getting caught out on military island circles. Oh man, but Aerowolf, 2nd place, only 5 kills. Again, they didn't have to do that much on the military island. But it still got them 2nd place. A few mistakes of maybe a lack of preparation for the next circle, not spread out enough, getting caught out by Zute. That shouldn't have been the case. However, still a solid result from the SEA team. Execute, again, impressing me. 11 kills. 11 kills for Execute. Practicing that level of aggression, that kind of calculated engagement, not being afraid to take a fight. What's to say? No fear, just fight. Execute are using that and they're running with it. Nicely done by them. Maybe should have moved into Military Island a little bit quicker, but then again, they might not have gotten as many kills, which, when it comes to the point system, kills do count. Digital Athletics getting 4th with 7 kills. Bluebees in 5th, getting 5 kills. Godsent in 6th, getting 1 kill. Team Secret. Sorry, I just need to answer a question. Answer a message. Team Secret getting 7 kills. Archer getting 5 kills. DRS getting 1 kill. Loops in 10th getting 4 kills. Futbolists in 11th getting 1 kill. Power888 in 12th getting 0 kills. You had Secret Jin in 13th getting 1 kill. Zeus in 14th getting 0 kills. Abrupt Slayers getting 15th with 1 kill. Konina Power getting 16th with 1 kill. Alpha 7 getting 17th with 2 kills. And A1 Esports getting 18th with 0 kills. Hey, poor start from A1 Esports considering how well they performed yesterday. I'm a little bit surprised. But still, again, a solid game nonetheless. It was very tricky to play around the military. I will always hand on heart say Military Island Circles is one of probably the biggest tests of a team's ability to rotate. The good thing for you guys is that I have the scores from game 1 already. The amazing Sakamai has been able to get that to me very quickly. Oh man. Let me go in folder. I just want to make sure. Okay, actually, player cutouts, perfect. So here is the scores from the first game. 4 Angry Men getting 22 points. Execute with those kills getting 21 points. Aerowolf Limax in 3rd with 17. Klas Digital Gaming or Digital Athletics in 4th with 15 points. And Blue Bees in 5th with 11 points. You don't see the breakdown of kills, but you can see the impact that a game has when you do grab those kills. Those are your scores from the first game of the day. Absolutely fantastic to see. We will be going into game 2 relatively soon as well. Going over to Miramar for game 2. It's going to be very, very exciting. I'm genuine. I know it's only SCRIMS, so teams are not playing the way they should be playing in the actual global championship, but I am still so impressed with how Execute are playing, because I do my best to isolate how a team is doing in scrims to how they are doing individually, whether it's the timing of an engagement, whether it's the timing of a rotation. And the timing of rotations and the timing of engagement is something that you should always be somewhat taking seriously or pulling off in scrims relative to a tournament. Yeah, there's rotations, maybe trying something new on a rotation, yes. And trying to do a little bit of different scouting, yes. But I think engagements is kind of the biggest thing that you should be locking down really heavily in scrims, because when push comes to shove, when backs against the wall in that big boy tournament, that big boy league, it is going to count. Oh my god. I'm just getting room info for game 2. And we will be going to a break. But as I said, be back on your screens in all of about 6 minutes, guys, for game 2 of the PUBG Mobile Global Championship scrims. Woo! We are back, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children, kids, dogs, cats, whatever you want to identify yourself as, for Game 2 of the PUBG Mobile Global Championship Scrims. Day 3 and the final day before the start of the Global Championship tomorrow. We did see Game 1 on a we started Game 1 with a chicken dinner over to 4 angry men on a military island circle. It was also a crazy phase 2 shift onto the western side of the military island as well, still with the mainland in play. You all saw it go down. It was pretty damn crazy. What will Game 2 bring us? We're heading over to Miramar for Game 2. Here is the overall standings after the first game. As you know, we have 4 angry men with that chicken dinner. 15 points for a chicken dinner, giving them 22 in total. Execute with a pretty strong amount of kills, even though they only finished 3rd in the standings of that game. Grabbed themselves 21 points. And Aerowolf Limax, who did finish 2nd, didn't grab as many kills as Execute, got 17 points in total, because it is 12 points for 2nd place with those 5 kills. That gave them the 17 points. Klas Digital Gaming, or Digital Athletics as they're also known as, in 4th on 15 points. Blue Bees still coming in strong with 11, and Team Secret with 9 points. Archer with 6, Loops with 5, and you see it go all the way down. We are going to be getting into Game 2 pretty damn soon. We're loading into the game. I'll tell you what, oh man, I'm excited. I'm really excited. One, because I personally feel more energized, and I just feel better than I did yesterday, so apologies for that. And I'll tell you, it's great to see these teams show up, and it's great to see these teams putting in the time. Again, what we see now is going to be overall different from what we see in the PUBG Mobile Global Championship. Teams don't take scrims as seriously. They try different things on scrims, but there is always something to learn for myself as a caster, for the other teams, and for themselves from these scrims. Whether it's the timing of a rotation, whether it's the way they rotate, whether it's learning about another team, right? Whether it's the drop spots, taking everything with a little bit of a pinch of salt can give you so much of an advantage. Like, yes, right now in these scrims, we have multiple teams dropping in the same drop spots. We do see, normally, even though they're not playing today, Navi and Blue Bees fighting in Chumasera, but there are going to be days and games where, if they're not in the same group in the Global Championship, teams will not be dropping in the same spot as each other. We saw it back in the EMEA League for Europe. It can be the case again. Now we are into game. Let's switch it on over, and we do see a playing path that is quite north, going from Impala all the way to Le Cobre area. As far as I know, it's a similar playing path to what we saw in yesterday's Miramar game, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, or I'm just correct me if I'm wrong. Secret Jin are going to be dropping down in Impala, I think, followed by Blue Bees. So Blue Bees are not going to Chumasera. Maybe they're practicing a different drop spot. But if they're practicing a different drop spot and it's the same as Secret Jin, it kind of cancels itself out in some way, shape, or form. So we'll have to wait and see. I will try and put on over to that map once again. Onto a fight as quickly as possible But seeing where other teams are dropping, we've Hacienda. San Martin is going to be pretty important to the cover area, even though it's out of the way. Cruzaval El Azahar. Let's bring on over to Secret Jin and Blue Bees, because they would have been the first two teams to pretty much drop up. They should, in theory, be the first two teams to fight. As they do wait for everything to render in. From what I see, Secret Jin are way more separated. That's the thing I worry about them. I mean, even though Blue Bees aren't exactly fully together as well, you can see that they overall have a little bit more security to help each other out quickly compared to Secret Jin. JGZ is with Divina, but Divina's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing. So he's a bit of a, I would say sitting duck, but he has a chicken costume, so he's a bit of a sitting chicken. Okay, let's, that fight isn't breaking out, so let's head on over to the fight between Digital Athletics and Power888. That's going to be in the Hacienda del Patron area. Orpai is going to get knocked out inside the warehouse, so Power888 are really being put under pressure by two teams, actually, Futbolists and Digital Athletics, two Turkish teams. On a side note, I'm going to turn my volume down just a little bit. Other than that, we actually don't really see any real hot drops across the board. It's all relatively clean. Godsent have opted to go for Los Leones as opposed to San Martin, because that's something we don't normally see Godsent go to Los Leones, but I think again they're trying maybe a different drop spot. I'll talk about the circle in a bit, but I just want to at least, you know, give you guys an idea. Luffy Reiji has no helmet. Vine again, prone and down, has nothing. And here's the thing, like, you're shorty, if you're not looting, you are as useful as being dead. In the sense of, yeah, Divine's still alive, but if he hasn't got a gun, if he hasn't got any kind of meds, it's the same thing as not being alive. So Blue Bees, I worry about, even though they are in the circle for phase one, if anything, that's worse, because you're going to have teams coming to you and you've got to be prepared to take those fights, even though it's going to be phase two, phase three, phase four. So I do worry about Blue Bees. Seems like Secret Jin have been a bit more proactive overall as a team, looting up. Aito-chan is pretty solid on his location. An SKS with that scope, looking for JGZ of Secret Jin. Doesn't want to take too much of a risk, as Power888 now going to come into close combat with one of the Futbolists players rotating by. No, actually one of the Digital Athletic players rotating by Selim, who gets confirmed down to the ground by Power888. So it's going to be revenge is a dish best served on the hot sands of Miramar. Digital Athletics down to two players, losing Salem and Solas. Off the bat, Rayzed and Silas are the two players left up. Team Secret still up as a full squad between Water Treatment and San Martin. They're going to have a bit of a tough task rotating in. Alpha 7 will be able to utilize the southern area off the back of the plane path being on the north. The fight is now kicking off between Blue Bees and Secret Jin. JGZ was knocked down. It seems like he is going to bleed out off the back of that. Ice gets knocked down. But JGZ and the rest of Secret Jin can't really do anything too much, as Cosmos is on his own with the members of Blue Bees pulling on by, although he's going to be one knockdown by Cosmos. Make that second knockdown. Cosmos is pulling the punches and he is going to come in clutch for it. Side goes outside the building. He's a little bit low in health, down to half. Going to try and confirm those kills. Free fire shots coming out from the third Blue Bees player. Oh, that's going to be the end of Cosmos. Divine is going to overall come in clutch. Unfortunately, the rest of Secret Jin, like I kind of mentioned at the start of the game when they both dropped, they are... Actually, no, it was Secret Jin that looked... No. Secret Jin did look more separated. So it is taking them a little bit longer to join up. Now, what K is going to come in. Kenzo does get a knockdown onto Divine, so that gives a little bit of an advantage to Secret Jin, and we could see them overall winning this one, as Wake is going to go for the revive on the Cosmos. So having that player in the backline is... Oh, I don't know what happened there, Wake. I don't know if that was you or somebody else, but either way, you're going to get burnt down to just about 15 health. Now, the AKM. In his hand, gonna go into FPP mode. Divine hasn't been able to heal up too much. Okay, waiting. Are they not gonna go for it? Oh, they're gonna look to cook up it. Oh, flash! Now gonna go in on the flash. Oh, you flash yourself, mate. Ooh, the timing of that flash was a little bit poor. Cosmos does go into still the bottom floor. Okay, so it's a bit of a standoff. 3v2. I see, it is 4v2, but Auto Chen can't really do too much. Free fire shots are going to come in. Reggie is going to find Cosmos. That's going to give him a little bit more of an advantage. Reggie does get knocked down. Lufa is going to have to come in from behind. Nearly gets that knockoff. And Divine is going to come in with the chicken suit and take out two of the members of Secret Jin. And that leaves Kenzo on his own. Now transferring over to another fight between Team Secret and Loops Esports. Team Seeker, who I do worry about, to be perfectly honest. When you look back at the PMWL East, they had a slow start and they only picked things up kind of late into the tournament and didn't really feel like they even, you know, reached the levels that they could across the tournament. And in these scrims, they haven't exactly performed amazingly. Dadin's very low in health. Kowalski is up in the back line. Kowalski is pretty much the last hope for Loops because Creo's knocked down. Unless Dadin can get to the point where he's able to pick off a first aid, which has been the case. But still, now he's out in the open. He can go a little bit up the hill, but if the second he looks to go towards that hill, ice shots and Rex are looking in his direction. Kowalski going to flank around to provide a little bit of support as the blue zone is closing in on phase 1, but he might want to just get the hell out of there. Maybe pick up Dad and his teammate inside the blue zone of phase 1 and look to disengage away. Team Secret do have to worry about Execute coming in from behind. Bit of a third party potential between Fate and Killswitch. Zute and Fame Boys are still rotating from the blue zone. But at least information will have been given as Team Seeker also look to move away. Unfortunately, it seems like Execute were not up as a full squad in time to really pull off that perfect engage, but we do see Team Seeker finding Kowalski, and that's going to leave Loops with just one player in this game. Phase 2 pops up and it goes, oh my lord, down to the southwest as Rex is knocked down. Execute are looking for that third party with Faith flanking around towards the side. DRS are also in play. And Faith finds Highboy, a second knockdown. Faith, man, putting in the work. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed for them. And that's going to be another knockdown onto Mad Toy. You got to go for the push, Execute. You got 3 players knocked down. And even though the full squad are not fully there, now they're going to be there. On their way up, Fate, followed by Killswitch. Killswitch is in the front line. You got those players coming down. Killswitch is going to get knocked down, but the suppression, I feel, is going to be too much unless they can play amongst the smokes. No, that's not going to be it. And Execute get another squad wipe in the early parts of this game inside the blue zone. It is absolutely fantastic. DRS are also now punishing the side of DRS on their rotation into the circle. It leaves just Nima on his own as he looks to fight his way in. With that circle shift on phase 2, staying on the blue zone is actually, or staying outside the circle, it really isn't a bad place to be. Looking at 4 angry men, you go, where are they? They're still in El Azahar. They dropped all the way to the north, but they can utilize that coastline from the north side to come in just under Impala. Alpha 7 holding down the southern side as a full squad. They've got a 2-2 split right now. The other 2 players are, wow, they're actually way further back. That's a big boy 2-2 split. Kensgo, the last player from Secret Jin, has just done what he can to get onto the coastline. We could still see island finishes. We could see island finishes. As Aerowolf look to stay together as a full squad, but spread out enough where they're grabbing information. Take those shots. That SKS on the Blue Bees. Push Blue Bees back. That's what you want to do. You want to control your area inside the circle. You want to create that space. Speov does find Dante. Good stuff by Speov. A1 now down to just 3 players. I thought they were maybe down to less than that, so they're down to 3 players. If Dante can get revived up, to stay as a full squad. Zeus coming in from the western side. They don't really have much because of the fact that phase 2 is about 55% water. It's like a yin and yang symbol with how much water is closed in on towards that coastline. It makes holding on to the edge of the mainland pretty damn strong, because it's low ground, so you're able to peek up from that beach line up on towards the mountainside and kind of gain control there. But if 3 or 4 teams are all down by that mainland, it's still not going to be easy to hold on to. I'm gonna turn the volume down 1 notch. Blue Bees have been spotted out by Aerowolf, I think. So have A1. So Aerowolf know the location of a team either side of them. That could still be tricky. DRS Futbolists, you have execute on 4 angry men. They're going to clash close to the high grounds of Impala. Coming down, you have Fate leading the way. Futbolists are a little bit to the side. Now they're going to stop, look for the shots onto the members of Futbolists. They stop, get back into buggy. They're going to have 2 fights their way, though. How are they going to handle it? Because one member of 4 AM has gotten a knockdown onto execute. Kill switch is knocked down. Now it's up to Fame Boys and Zute to come in. The prone comes down. Fame Boys is going to get knocked down. It's going to be a second knockdown. Although Fame Boys does get returned. Now it's up to Hisaki and 33 Svan from 4 angry men to keep the hopes of a gain to strong result in the favor of 4 angry men. All the while, Zute is going to get that revive on the Fame Boys. Fate a little bit further back, maybe got a bit too deep. He's going to come in. He's actually going to go down to the compound, probably to secure an area inside the circle, but 33 Svan with that AKM gets a knockdown on the Fate, and Fame Boys are down to 2 players. Futbolists could distract 4 angry men. Saki does push his way down, looking to gain control of this coastal line compound, but Futbolists are a little bit in front of them, stopping them from really controlling this area. Lavazan finds Fame Boys. Zute is on his own. He gets taken out by, I believe it was, actually I don't know who it was. Yeah, it was Sook. Yes, that's going to be the end of Execute, unfortunately. Trying to deal with 2 squads at once was always going to be tricky, and they go out in 14th place. Circle phase 3 does go very, very heavily towards the mainland. A much needed circle shift towards the mainland on phase 3. Does take the advantage of the coastline out of the equation a little bit, considering the majority of the circle is on the upper mainland terrain. If you're already there, you do want to stick to that position, though, in my opinion, because there's going to be a lot of teams kind of hovering around the high ground mainland. Plus, going across the road now, I think there's too many teams around you. A1. They have Archer. To the south of them, you also have the side of Alpha 7 in front of them. The three teams in one area towards the western side of, well, actually southern side of the circle, should I say, as RX Jax does get knocked down. Alpha 7 does also confirm the kill and steals it away onto Jax, so A1 are officially down to 3 players. Futbolists have that fight on to the side of 4 angry men, so I'm going to pan on over to there. Azasaki is now going to be last player up. If he's going to be able to get that revive onto 33's fan, that would be very important, but phase 4 blue zone is not the best to hold on to. Plus, once it hits the edge of the circle and closes in, it is going to do even more damage. Footballers are opting to just move away, but Blue Bees, of course, are looking to punish them. I haven't been able to spot them, though, unfortunately. At least they hold on to the northern part of the circle. Godsent should be able to punish Futbolists. You have one player of Alpha 7 in the center of the circle, which I absolutely love, because he's getting a lot of information on the likes of Aero and even Zeus, should Zeus go closer towards the circle. Closer towards the center, should I say. Blue Bees thinking about their position. Bit more inside the center of the circle, but they can't go too deep. This is a great area to play around, can I just remark? It's a great area to play around because you can see all the dips and peaks that you're able to use to your advantage. You're also able to spread yourself out pretty well. And Blue Bees, man, I'm liking how they're playing. Really liking how they're playing. Liking how they're rotating. Aerowolf in the center of this circle. They have joined up together much more effectively as a full squad compared to phase 2. And that is what I like to see. When you control that kind of 1-1-1-1 spread in the center of a circle on phase 1, 2, maybe 3, that's all well and good. But the second you get to phase 4, phase 5, if you're not together as either a 2-2 split or kind of a full squad, you are definitely allowing yourself to get picked off one by one. The circle does shift down south. It's in the favor of Alpha 7. Now, they have to think about joining up as a full squad. Sana is in the center of this circle, but he's on his own. A1 could be looking for Alpha. With a grenade being cooked up by Dante, it's not going to connect, and another one. Oh, and Dante is going to get knocked down by Swaggin. Swaggin his way into the kill feed. He'll looking to be confirmed. Maybe even stolen away by Zeus. Godsent Victor is going to come in onto Sana 7. Sana, should I say. So, Godsent moving in across the road at the right time, on the right phase, as a 3-man team. They are using Victor, their sub, the French player formerly of Red Reserve, in the scrim. Zeus finding Alpha 7. Aerowolf are now going to be put under pressure, I think, by Blue Bees. As the shots are coming through, Divine is going to get the knockdown onto Speov. Kill confirmed. They just take no prisoners, take no shit. But now it's going to be the rest of Aerowolf to protect their area. Let's see if they can stick together like a pack of wolves to hold off the buzzing advantage of Blue Bees. Nice grenade to knock down Rajal. Divine, Undak onto Potato though, so it's a third party by Aerowolf. Alpha 7 are also being taken down. Blue Bees lose a player as well. Divine goes down to Hazelnuts. And Asaki does find Lufa. Suddenly Blue Bees are left with just one player. Wow. It is so close. It goes from good to bad in a space of 5 seconds for Blue Bees. Zeus third partying. 4 angry men third party. Saki goes down. So that's the end of 4 angry men. 7 teams left, 16 players as the blue zone is hitting our screens of phase 5 and phase 6 will close out. Godsent should be able to protect their area against the likes of Aerowolf. But the good thing is that Hazelnuts is actually pushing in. He's going to get spotted out. He's going to get taken out by Victor. And that leaves Aerowolf with 1 player left. You're not much of a pack when you're on your own. And that is the... Okay, why did you rotate in the same direction, Aerowolf? Oof, feels bad, man. Now we have 5. Sinister, who stood out in yesterday's scrims, bodying a lot of the players in the lobby. Still up in his side. Undak got the Victor. M24, bat the bolt, the headshot. But Sinister comes in from the sidelines on the off angle with that grenade connecting onto Abli. But he's on his own. Where's the rest of A1? It's very risky for you to go in on your own. Don't go too deep. Now the rest of the team are responding. The circle to shift up away from both these teams. 10 seconds until the blue zone starts closing in, and they both have to commit to finding somewhere inside the circle. Sinister is going to get knocked down. Ronan now going to cook up a grenade and pull that one out. Undak, he's not going to be looking to utilize an M24 in this situation, I'll tell you that much. As Victor is going to get confirmed by Alpha 7. Godsent are going to be down to 2 players. Shatok does knock down Zale. It's going to be a double knockdown on the Abli as well. So it leaves Zeus with 2 players left up. The revive might be pulled up by Dante on to Sinister as Shakot does think about his position and he pushes in closer to the edge of the circle. The unfortunate thing is that Zeus have gotten in a little bit closer, but now they're going to get damn close to Godsent. Rolkus firing his way in, but it is going to be a third party from A1. Don't look to engage on another team unless you've gotten rid of the opponents behind you. Zeus, you might have paid the price, and Undak is now going to be last player standing. He's able to get knocked down, but not before taking out himself. So A1 against Godsent outside the circle. Rolkus, Victor was revived up. I thought he was confirmed. Godsent are still up as the full team. Dante is knocked down. Sinister is now their last hope as they do hold on to the edge of the circle. All the while, Alpha 7 have waited up, and now it's going to come down to these 3 teams. Alpha 7, Godsent, and A1. Blue zone of phase 6. Law pushing himself forward to try and grab a bit of information. He's on the low ground. Being on the low ground in late stages of the game is a bit more advantageous. Sinister finds Victor. Navy nearly gets taken out, but Rokus is going to clap back. This is where Alpha 7 realize that they have a bit of a chance to strike. Navy gets knocked down and Rokus is on his own, but can Rokus pull off a 1v2? He does have that little bit of a dip. Alpha 7 not using their position to be passive. They're going to close in. A grenade is going to be cooked up. The blue zone is going to be hitting Rokus hard. Now it's going to come in, going to look for the shots, but it's not going to connect. Alpha 7 use their pressure, use their advantage, do not take anything for granted, and they take a chicken dinner in Miramar with 6 kills. Good result from Alpha 7, utilizing the southern side of those circles. They had an initial 2-2 split pushing in. They had, Senna in the center of, I think, phase 3, phase 4. That gave them a lot of information, and they were able to use that information really effectively. But Godsent, game 1, only starting as 2 players, but game 2, only starting as 3 players and getting 8 kills for their troubles. Played the coastline of the eastern side of Miramar really well. A1 Esports, a much better return to form, and it backs up once again what Maxon has said about A1. They look good in Miramar. getting third place with 7 kills. Zeus didn't think about finishing A1 off before trying to pick up a fight against Godsent, and it, in the end, paid the price for them. 4 kills still with 4th place. Nothing to be sniffed at. Futbolists in 5th place. Aerowolf in 6th. Bluebees in 7th with still more kills for Bluebees. 5, 6, 7 kills. 4 Angry Men in 8th with 6 kills. You had DRS in 9th with 0 kills. Archer in 10th with 1 kill. You had Secret Jin in 11th with 0 kills. You had Abrupt Slayers in 12th with 0 kills. You had Loops in 13th with 0 kills. You had Execute in 14th with still 5 kills for Execute. So even though they didn't get the high placement points like they did in the first game, grabbing those 5 kills is kind of the difference in a competitive level between maybe finishing 1st and 2nd or 2nd and 3rd, right? Because every point is going to count overall in the global championship games. Team Secret in 15th with 3 kills. Power888 in 16th with 4 kills. You had Konina Power in 17th with 0 kills. And you had Digital Athletics in 18th with 1 kill. Whew! What a way to what a way to end game 2. I was hoping it was going to be an island finish, to be honest. But when it did shift very heavily to that mainland, when it did shift heavily to that mainland, it was one of those things. So, I do luckily have the results for game 2 for you guys. Scores after 2 games. Let me just make sure it's the right one. There you go. So let's show you the scores after 2 games here in the PUBG Mobile Global Championship scrims. 4 Angry Men with a total of 29 points. They still got 7 in game 2, followed by 22 points in game 1. Execute are very close behind on 26, with Godsent on 3rd on 25, Aerowolf on 23, and Alpha 7 on 23. Of course, teams are going to look at that, and players and viewers are going to look at that and go, well, there's no BTR, there's no Nova. That's fair. But again, if you're not in the same group, there are going to be games where you're not going up against Nova all the time, BTR all the time. So that is something for the teams to think about as I look to get the next game prepared. We are heading on over to Sanhok for game 3. And it's going to be a good one. Of course, Sanhok, it's 2 extra teams in these lobbies. That's something that I do want to, of course, remind you guys, is that we do have essentially 2 extra teams. So it is a little bit more crowded, which is why there might be maybe some earlier engagements, why there might be this, that, and the other. So it's still something to think about. And in Sanhok, it's going to be even more relevant because of the fact that it's a smaller map. That's it. Simple as that. Because of the fact that it is a smaller map. I just try to... Oh, yeah. So, 12:03. Cool. Okay, so... On that note, I'm going to go for a break, guys. But I will be back on your screens very shortly for Game 3 of the scrims. Stay safe. Be back in a minute.